Hello guys, welcome to today's YouTube series where we'll be discussing about the budgeting API backend we are going to be building for this YouTube series. Basically, we are going to be making use of a making use of Go programming language, and we'll be making use of Echo framework to actually as a wrapper for the Golang. So Echo framework is so if we check Echo framework, Echo framework. So as you can see, Echo framework is an optimized HTTP router. We have the normal HTTP router from Go, but I like the Echo framework and both chain. But for this particular YouTube series, I'll be making use of Echo, which is basically to help us attend to HTTP requests better. We make use of the middleware, data binding, automatic TLS, data rendering, templates, extensible. These are the reasons why I am actually just going with a framework. Otherwise, one could use pure Golang. It's just that I don't want the work that most of the basic work has been done. So it's just for us to build on what has been done instead of us starting from the beginning using just pure Go packages. So yeah, so going back to our budget app. So budget app, it's basically for tracking expenses. You can think of it as your mini budget tracking what people will usually do on Excel. We are trying to create an API for it to automate it so that it will be digital and you can easily go online to see what you've done or easily log in your transaction, either income or expense for that particular day. So for the functional requirements is all what you can see on the screen. The functional requirements for this particular API, users will be able to register, they'll be able to log in, they'll be able to reset their password, they'll be able to do forgot password, they will be able to input their budget based on category. Category here simply means maybe it is for electricity, it is for food, it is for think of any category, any way you can categorize your budget or your transaction. That's basically what a category implies. Then users should be able to create custom category. The reason why we are allowing them to create custom category is there is no way for us to know all the possible categories that are possible. So the system we have predefined categories, and we also allow users to actually create categories as well. Users should be able to record their expenses either as an income and record their transaction either as income or expense. Income is basically what is coming in for you, while expense is what you are spending. Then users should be able to see a detailed page of list of transaction they've performed, either for the month or for a specific date that is actually sent to the backend. Um, Users should also be notified at the end of the day to let them know that, okay, so what the idea is, if the user has not actually recorded any expenses at all for the day, we'll just send them a reminder that, oh, so, remember to actually record your expenses that you actually record expenses that you've made today or income. Users will also be notified at the beginning of every month to let them know that they have not actually um made they have not actually they to remind them to actually create a budget for the new month. Basically, that's the purpose of that notification. Then users will also be able to make use of their previous month's budgets. The previous month here will be, it does not necessarily mean the last month. Will allow them to select a particular month and a particular year that they want to recreate the budget for. users will be able to invite users. So the idea of invite is, okay, it is possible for a family to actually own a single account, and there will be anyone that is capable of recording expenses or income will be added to that account. So that way they don't have to create multiple accounts, or multiple budgeting or individual budgeting um templates. So for this application, we'll be making use of the Echo framework, which I already stated. We'll be making use of GORM for migration. We'll be making use of JWT for authentication. We'll be making use of the Fig cron package for running our cron jobs. We'll be making use of MySQL to store data. We'll be making use of validator package for data validation. I'll be making use of go.mv for environment variables, and we'll be making use of the Go owns itself, Go mail for sending out mails. Now, one thing I want you to know is whether you're a beginner looking to learn Golang or an experienced developer, exploring backend development, this series is for you, and it has something for everyone. Follow along as we tackle each of the aspects of building this particular API, and which also fulfills real world user stories. Thank you very much, and I hope you are going to be with me along this journey, and you are going to enjoy yourself, learn as much as possible while I also learn. Please subscribe, share the YouTube link to your friends, your fellow backend developers, or your fellow colleagues that you know might be interested. Thank you. Bye. See you next chapter.